Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Movie Deputy Reviews, where if you caught the title or you can see the poster right over here on my side, you know that we are talking about one of the new release movies. A little bit of a change from the one we talked about a couple days ago, as I took you all the way back to 1980 on Monday's program. But today we are talking about You, Me, and Tuscany. Now, I'm not talking about traveling to Italy, though that would be a dream. I would love to go to Italy someday, of course, with my sweetheart, but that is not what we're talking about today. Today, we are talking about a movie. Now, if I'm going to be sharing with you the trailer on this pretty soon, but I was actually pleasantly surprised with this movie in a lot of ways. I try to come into movies without too much of a preconceived notion in my brain of what to expect, but sometimes movies like this, just based on the trailers, it's like, another one of those. And by that, I mean just another one of those movies where it just puts the color of the skin of the actors ahead of the story. And I honestly was pleasantly surprised with this one. There's a few moments that are just like, okay, that was unnecessary. And of course, I'm going to get hate for that because it's like I don't look like they do. But the thing is, it's not about that. Black culture definitely has a place. I'm not saying it does not, but when movies have to force that into the storyline, I don't know, it gets a little disruptive. And that's kind of what I was expecting with this one. Like I said, I was pleasantly surprised. And so I'm going to start right off the bat by saying I am giving this movie a guilty rating. There is quite a bit of language and stuff like that throughout. And then just some of the topics that are discussed in the movie are just not necessarily appropriate for younger ears. So I think this one is either PG-13 or R. I'm pretty sure it's PG-13. But yeah, this one definitely a guilty rating. Now, score-wise, you're going to have to wait and check this out with a little bit of me. And then, of course, I will fill you in on some more of the details of the movie. No spoilers ever, you know me with that. But let's jump in with the trailer and check this out.
So let me get this straight. You mean some random rich white boy? He's Italian.
Salute. I'm Matteo.
And you think that that's a sign to fly to Italy tonight? He told me about his big old villa just sitting there.
Empty.
Don't come calling me from no Tuscan jail. Ciao.
First time to Tuscany?
First time pretty much anywhere. Hello? Who leaves an engagement ring in a junk drawer? What are you doing here? This is all a really big misunderstanding. She's marrying Matteo. Yes! What do I do?
You can pretend to be his fiancé, or you go to prison. Either way, it's very romantic.
I gotta get out of here. Oh!
Buongiorno. Gabriella wants to give you a tour of the vineyard.
Why?
Are you getting married then?
Oh. This was fun.
That's the cousin brother that was referred to in the beginning part of the trailer.
Okay, you pretended to be the white Italian man's fiance, but ended up catching feelings for the black Italian cousin brother? Is he fine now?
This is too much. Is that right?
Oh my God.
You can eat, pray, and love me, baby.
Matteo, I can explain.
And boy, does she have to explain. The movie starts out with the fact that we see Anna living this kind of high-end lifestyle, but it quickly devolves when it realizes that she is only a house sitter. And that kind of ends up turning her whole life upside down unintentionally. And a friend of hers tries to help get her set up with maybe something else that might work for her when everything that's in her world kind of comes crashing down for a second time, because something else happened in the fairly recent past that has kind of sent her life spiraling too. But she meets this guy at this hotel bar, and they're like, oh, okay, let's maybe have some fun. I'll let you kind of fill in the blanks on that one. And he reveals to her that he has this villa in Tuscany that is sitting empty. And okay, she's like, okay, I just lost my job as a house sitter. Her brain's kind of going. So she's like, okay, I have this ticket to Italy. I'm not going to tell you why she has a ticket to Italy, though, because that would be a spoiler. So, but she does have a ticket to Italy. And so she decides to take full advantage of it, knowing that he won't be there, and decides to go over and house sit. Well, his family discovers her, and that's then, of course, she finds the ring in the drawer, hence the trailer, no spoilers there. She puts it on, and then the whole family thinks that they are now engaged, and it's how she plays this out over there in Tuscany. And then the young gentleman that you see here is the gentleman at the bar is his cousin brother. It was his cousin, but due to some things that have happened, his parents adopted him as well, so they're brothers. And it's a warm, funny romance. It reminded me a lot of Solo Mio in a lot of ways. It's very Eat, Pray, Love, it's a chick flick. I'm not going to dance around that. This is a complete chick flick. There is some profanity in the movie, and it doesn't feel like a natural thing, like where it's like something happens and you're like, oh, right, insert expletive there, whatever expletive that you tend to use. And in this one, it's almost forced. It doesn't feel like a natural flow of dialogue. It almost would have been better without those. It doesn't add anything to the story, doesn't add any emphasis to what's happening in the story. So how that fits in, I think they just were trying to push it too hard. And then the fact that they keep referring to, that Anna and her friend keep referring to Matteo as Spicy White. Like, oh, come on, really? Is that really necessary? It's like, there's not a lot of big deal made about color in this movie, but they make it a point of forcing it in a few scenes. Now, that does kind of hurt the story. Like I said, this is a complete chick flick. It's very predictable from the beginning, kind of what happens. I mean, you can kind of gather just from the poster. Speaking of poster, I just want to share it through the podcast image real fast. I just basically squared it off. Really simple. But back to the movie. Like I said, it's very predictable how it ends up. There's definitely a few surprises along the way, a few things of Italian tradition, and just a lot of the beauty and scenery of this part of Italy is just breathtaking. And the story is fun, and it will make you will laugh, you will cry. Like I said, it's a total chick flick. If you're looking for a date movie, if you're looking for a fun movie for just you and your girlfriend, your wife, your significant other of some sort, then this would be a good one to see. If you're just looking for a movie to go check out with your gal pals, this is one to see. If you're looking for a movie that has some heart, that you don't mind it being a little bit of a chick flick, this is one to see. If you're looking for something meaningful, that has like a deep story and one that you can just get lost in, this ticks a few of those boxes, but just not enough. This is not a guy's movie. I mean, if a guy goes to this movie, he's going to go because of his loved one. Plain and simple. And so I just like to warn people of that ahead of time with stories such as this, because it's kind of obvious, as it was done by the producer of Girls Trip. I mean, you can kind of put two and two together on that one. But score-wise, you may be wondering where I ended up. Well, at times of the movie, there are certain scenes where I was mid-sevens easily. But those other scenes where I'm like tickling the fours and staying true to the deputy scale without my personal opinion. I'll tell you my personal opinion here in a minute. But just purely based on the deputy scale, I'm giving Yumi and Tuscany a 6.25 out of 10 on the deputy scale, which is a good story that there's some flaws. So, I mean, there are definitely points of this that are memorable. I have not really been too impressed with some of Halle Bailey's other roles that she has done, including The Little Mermaid. I mean, you can go back and listen to that review. But this one, I think it's the first time that she has really been able to shine in her character. I normally don't focus on that type of stuff with the Hollywood gobbledygook. But if you are finally wanting her to come out and just be more natural in a role. This is the role that she's found that she was just able to pretty much be herself. And it felt more natural. It didn't feel like a forced role. And so that did make a difference in that as well. Personally, I'd probably give this closer to a 5. I mean, there were just some little flaws and stuff in this that I just was like, my brain was getting caught up on, and just little things like that. And then just some of the dialogue that's forced and some of the story pieces that just almost feel out of place. And there's definitely some content warning. It's like if you're sensitive to certain topics of infidelity or for anything along those lines, this is not going to be a movie for you. It's good. I do want to make sure and mention that as well. But as always, this was yet another adventure as we got to explore Tuscany through the eyes of the characters. And whether or not it's for you, that's going to be for you to decide, but I hope this helps. So as always, it's an adventure, and I'm glad you came along with me. If you haven't done so already, click subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you get the latest and the greatest Movie Deputy content. And I'll be back with another one for you soon. Bye.